Hey YouTube, Chris with CB Model Works. Welcome back to the garage. This is going to be part 2 on this Atlantis 32nd scale 82 Z28. And we're going to get the base colors down on the body and get the engine wired up in this one. So starting off with some primer. It's Mr. Surfacer 1000 straight from the can because I ran out of my decanted primer. So the hood on this one had a really bad warp to it. Hot water wasn't doing the trick to get it out. For some reason I didn't think of using my heat gun or a hair dryer, and I went straight to holding it over the heat of a candle. I looked away for 2 seconds, got too close, and nearly ruined the hood. So I had to cut a chunk out, glued in some styrene and sanded it smooth. After primer I noticed a seam line, so now I'm filling it with some Tamiya putty. So getting some color down on the stripe area. This is Tamiya light sand, same color as the interior. It looked about right for the stripe down on the bottom. So this is a couple days later now. Gonna mask off the stripes for the bottom. The big stripe on the bottom was pretty easy, just follow the mold line in the body. I'm using Tamiya 6mm masking tape for this. I've got the small stripe done on the rear bumper. I'm just comparing it to my reference picture, checking the height of it. So it looked good, and I went around the rest is doing it all by eye. What you're seeing here is probably the 5th or 6th attempt at doing this one side. Alright, back in the spray booth, got the first coat of black going on. Getting the engine bay area first, that way I can just get it out of the way and forget about it. And now onto the body, just spraying a super light coat, not even too worried about coverage or anything, just want to make sure I don't get any bleed through the tape. This is Tamiya TS14, decanted thin with Mr. Hobby leveling thinner, about 20%. Again, not worried about coverage at all, just want to get a coat on there and get it on top of that masking tape to prevent any bleed through later on. So now we got the first wet coat. Stuff is spraying great, going on nice. I did get just a little bit of bleed through on it, but nothing can't be sanded back real quick. So in between the coats of black paint, I'm trying to do the tail lights at the same time. So kind of a weird position to hold it, but I wanted to get on camera without having to move the camera, so I don't end up with any mistakes of missing it or not getting it on screen. So it's just Tamiya clear orange and Tamiya clear red. I found with this stuff it's easier to dab it on rather than brush it. So I just gotta let that sit and dry, and then we can do the black outline on it. Now we're doing the wires. It's Detail Master wire. It looked a little thin for 1/24 scale, but it looks just about right for this 1/32 scale. So I skipped over putting the wires in because it was mostly out of frame because I drilled the hole too big and I didn't want to stay in there, and most of it was out of the frame anyway, so I just skipped it. Use a little bit of CA glue to stick it in there. Got all the wires cut to size and just bend the end, pop it in the hole. So not too bad. Again, not my best work, but looks pretty good. So just popping the engine into the chassis and then pretty much done with this part. all in all, still pretty happy with how this is turning out. There's a few pics for you. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Feel free to comment. And I'll see you in the next video, which should be out in a couple days.